Hello and welcome to my channel, Kay's Hot Mess Express. If you are new here, welcome. Please let me know down in the comments. I'd love to say hi to you and welcome you to my channel. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back to another one of my videos. I appreciate you guys so very much. Please leave a comment down below so I can say hi to you as well. So this week is part 2 of working on my basement. It is a absolute hot mess. Now we're in the area of my basement where it's kind of like a guest room slash my stockpile room. So my sister, my brother-in-law, and my nephew are all coming this weekend. I'm working on this on, I think it was Thursday. Yeah, because they were coming on Thursday. So I had to hurry up and get this finished. I planned on having this done beforehand, but I got sick at the end of last week. So I was behind. Luckily, my husband was able to take some time off work so he could help me finish up this area. So I don't know if any of you have ever seen my husband. He's very rarely home. Yeah, so he's going to kind of help me get things moved around. I still wasn't feeling the greatest. If you'll see me grab my head occasionally, I had a headache and I had taken meds for it and it still was not helping. So he was wanting to take over like the more labor intensive stuff and I was just kind of guiding him and walking around and trying to do stuff, but then it would hurt my head. So, but yeah, he was a really, really great help this week. So the goal for this particular day was just to get things semi-organized because we had family coming in. But luckily, we found the cot. That was the big thing we needed to find was the cot for my nephew so he had someplace to sleep. So then my sister and brother-in-law had the bed. But we're, like I said, primarily working on getting rid of trash, any, recycling, things of that nature. So that's out of here. So when I do go through this another day, all that's taken care of. It's just deciding, what to keep, what to sell in a consignment sale, things of that nature. So we're just kind of working through all of the trash. There wasn't a whole lot, but, enough to cause some clutter. So we were able to get that out. So if you're on a decluttering journey like I am, I'd love to hear what you are working on so I can cheer you on while you watch my videos and watch me go through all of my stuff. So yeah, let me know down in the comments what you're working on, if you're on a decluttering journey, if you've done one before, anything you want to share with me about your journey, I would love to hear about it. So anytime you see me leave the room, I'm taking things to the trash. I had a comment on one of my videos asking me to hold on to my trash so I can show you guys. It's just automatic for me that if I have something that needs to go in the trash, I just take it to the trash can. So I'm sorry I don't have after with, bags of trash. I keep taking it to the trash can because it's habit. So I'll try to get better about that. So in last week's video, I did mention that I would be doing a gift card giveaway once we hit 1,000 subscribers, and we hit it on Saturday. So thank you guys so much. I'm already up to 1,300 subscribers. So I appreciate you guys tuning in, watching my video. Last week's video definitely took off and it was very unexpected, and I just appreciate every single one of you. So as a thank you for taking your time and energy and watching my videos, I'm going to be doing a giveaway for a $25 Amazon gift card. So if you would like to enter, make sure you are subscribed and turn on your notifications so you're notified when I post my video next week to announce the winner. And then make sure you like the video. And then some people have a hype option and some people don't. I learned that from my other channel that some people have that access and some people don't. But if you do have a hype, please be sure to hit that hype button. It should be on the line along where the like button is. So that's where it is on my phone anyways. So hit hype and then leave a comment. Oh my goodness. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite room is to watch being decluttered. If it's the basement, kitchen, living room, what have you. Let me know down in the comments which one you like to watch the most. And that will get you entered into the gift card giveaway. Now, I know I have a lot of foreign friends on here, overseas or in Canada. So I think I can send you guys an Amazon gift card. I don't know if I send it in US dollars, if it works where you guys are at. Maybe you guys know, but I've never sent a gift card to people overseas. But I don't want to exclude you because I think almost 50% of my viewers are, non-US citizens. So I want to include you guys as well. So if you know how to send a gift card like that to people overseas, leave me a comment down below so I could kind of figure out how I could do that for you. So I'm at the point in the cleanup where I am just like, my head is just throbbing. So I'm trying to just do little things like, clean up the trash, things of that nature. I am going to kind of sit down and take a break and clean off the end table that is in this room. So this end table has kind of been neglected a little bit. So my bonus kids were here for their winter break from school. And so this kind of got, used by my bonus daughter who was in here at that time. And for the most part, she got it cleaned up herself, but I do have to finish it up a little bit because we just kind of ran out of time while they were here for her to, clean up everything. Whenever it gets close to the time for them to leave, she really just wants to spend time with her brothers. So, which I love. I love that she has such a close relationship with the boys, even though she sees them 2 times a year. So I just kind of let it go. I told her I would finish picking up the rest of this, but it wasn't too bad. She did get some paint. She's a creative. She's an artiste. And so, crayons and paint and all that jazz get all over the place. Now, I have been trying to get the kids to do all their crafts upstairs, but she kind of does her thing down here too. So I'm hoping once we have a space for all of her craft stuff upstairs, we'll be able to keep it all up there. It is not just kind of everywhere, if that makes sense. Now we're going to go through the box of craft supplies that she does have down here. We're going to move it upstairs, but for now we're going to go through all of the trash. She's got, sketch pads and notebooks and things of that nature that we're not going to throw away. We'll hold on to those. But a lot of the like pastel paints, she said they didn't work very well, so we'll get rid of those. And just some products that she used that don't really have any more use out of it, we'll definitely just throw that away. I would say probably 50% of what's in this box is just trash. We do end up just kind of holding the bag up and dumping all that in the trash, and then all the craft supplies that we are keeping are going to go into this box, and then they will go upstairs into the white cabinet, which I decluttered the white cabinet in my kitchen declutter. I don't quite remember which. I think it was part 3 or 4. I think part 3. So that's where it'll go for now until we're ready to kind of organize everything in that cabinet. So we're at the point now where we're trying to figure out if we want to leave the bed here or if we want to put it where it normally is. So it's up against the wall on the long side, where it's usually kind of more in the center along the wall on the left, so people could walk on both sides of the long side. So we were debating whether or not to just leave it or to move it. So we did decide that we're going to move it. So we have to figure out how we want to organize everything. Now, this white end table, I did end up putting in Roman's room because Roman needs some little space for his like drinks and such. So we'll put that upstairs. I didn't do that in this video, but that's where it ends up going. We have this other end table that has 2 mini fridges on it that don't work. So we're going to get rid of those. There's really no need to get it, or to have them, I should say. We're stripping the bedding off, so we washed all of the bedding. So, my sister and brother-in-law have fresh bedding. My bonus daughter must have gotten makeup or something on it, so I had to take off the cover and wash that as well. Now, this elliptical that I'm putting these weights on, we've had this for like 3 years. We maybe used it 6 months. Now, it's one of those things where I keep saying we're going to use, but yet it still just sits there. So I'm going to give us 6 more months. And if we do not use it, we're getting rid of it. Now I'm going through these mini fridges that I had mentioned. They had brand new pops. The pops weren't even open sitting in them, but they don't even cool anything. So we're going to get these out of here so nobody mistakes them for, a mini fridge that actually works. So now we're going to move the bed. Now, excuse my husband's butt crack. It drives me insane. It really does. Whenever I see it, I call him Plumber Dave, and he gets boo-boo faced. And I was like, well, you know what? Maybe you should wear a belt, and I won't call you Plumber Dave. So, yeah, he drives me crazy with this. But anywho, he is picking up all of the trash that he can see, and then he's going to take the mattress off and move the frame so he could sweep underneath it. That way it's all nice and clean. So he had done a deep clean of this area. Probably, it was in December. It was before the bonus kids came out. So that way they had a clean space at that time. So there isn't going to be a whole lot down underneath here just because we have cleaned it fairly recently. It's mostly just bonus daughter's extra stuff. We do use the storage underneath the bed for a cot, which is partially broken. My husband is convinced he can fix it, but I don't think it's fixable. But I will let him hold on to it for 6 months, and if he still does nothing with it, we're getting rid of it. Because I don't want it taking up the space. We also have an air mattress, and then we also are going to keep the Christmas wrapping paper underneath here as well. So here he is trying to explain to me his elaborate plan of fixing his cot. Apparently it's stretched out, so he thinks if he gets it wet and puts it in the sun, it'll fix that. I don't know. All I know is I'm not in the mood to argue. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll give you some extra time to figure it out. I did find a satin pillow. I actually like use satin or silk or something. I think maybe it is silk. I don't remember. But anywho, I like using those pillowcases. It helps with like my skin and stuff. So I'll definitely get that in the washer so we can use that. So now we're just going to finish sweeping up. While we finish that, I'm curious for those in the US what the weather is like for you. So what was it, Tuesday? Like the boys wore shorts to school because it was 70 degrees. It is now Thursday and they have a snow day because they're supposed to get 3 to 6 inches. So it's that time of year where we get like these false sense of spring and hope and enjoyment, and then we get crushed by snow. It's that time of year. Every year this happens to us. I'm so over winter. I am ready to just have nice weather, have it be nice out. Declan especially thrives outside. He wants to be outside all the time. And I'm not much of an outdoor person. I don't know how this happened to me, where I have a child that loves to be outdoors and I'm just like, not a big thing for me. But when he's cooped up inside, he is wild. So I am so ready for spring weather to come and stay. So now we're going to move the bed frame into place, and then my husband's going to put the mattress on top. See, when I clean down here, I can't like just lift up the mattress and things of that nature. I have to like just scooch everything around to sweep underneath it. So my husband got all that done for me, and then now he's going to block the camera. He'll realize here soon that he's blocking my video. Oh, there we go. Thanks, honey. So I'm trying to clean off the end table. There's a bunch of sticky stuff, and then I did realize after I got done with this that there's paint on the wall. Like, it's like craft paint, not like paint. But I was like, oh. So I spent like a good 3 minutes trying to get all that off. So the paint on our house, on the walls, I don't know if our landlord got like the cheapest type of paint, but anytime we try to wipe something off the wall, it takes the paint with it. So I'm like trying so hard not to ruin the actual paint on the wall, but trying to get the wall clean. It's a hot mess. Everywhere in my house, the paint is like this. And if you're new here, we live in a rental, so it's not like we can paint the walls. At least for our house, we're not allowed to paint the walls. So we just kind of have to work with what we've got. So now we're just kind of finishing up. We only have a few hours before my family is here anyways. So we're just trying to pick up all the little things. Me getting sick completely ruined my plan because I planned on having this all done before this day in particular that they were coming, but it didn't happen. So we're just going to finish picking up some things. Now, the TV is going on this table. This table is like multi-use. When we have people staying here, we put the TV on top of it so they have, TV to watch down here if they want to while they're getting ready for bed. And then if, nobody's here, then we put the TV down and I use it to take pictures of my stockpile to resell. So now we're just going to close the curtains. This is how we kind of divide the space. It's not perfect, but it's something. That way they don't feel like they're just sleeping in a store or something. So it just makes it a little bit more cozy and appealing, I guess, than compared to just leaving it all open. Okay, so my sister and brother-in-law have left. So this is kind of the space that we're looking at working on a little bit this week. So I'm not going to do a whole lot in this area. They did take quite a bit of my stockpile, not a whole lot, but it definitely dwindled down, which is really nice. I am going to eventually kind of consolidate and make this smaller since my goal is to just have a smaller stockpile. I'm just not working on that right now. My main focus is going to be this thing in this area. So those green totes are Christmas items. Now, we don't have room in our garage currently. I think our next big project is going to be our garage once it warms up. So the Christmas stuff has just been kind of floating around since Christmas. So we'll kind of figure out what to do with that. And then, of course, we have a bunch of the kids' consignment sale stuff. Now, I'm going to go through it again and double check that things aren't broken and we have all the pieces, because the consignment place, rightfully so, is pretty picky. So now we're going to start on this craziness right here. Okay, so I thought I had started recording. I did not. So I'm going to go over with you guys what I've already gone through. So I have a couple different piles going on. This is going to be my donation pile. There's some games underneath this bag. There's like a art easel, some random toys that I don't think I'd be able to sell through the consignment sale. This is my pile for what I'm going to keep. And then everything that I'm going to be selling as part of the consignment sale, I'm going to put on the bed for now. And then I will tag everything. I'm just trying to at least get everything that's either trash or donation out of here first. Then I will tag everything for the consignment sale. Okay, so I'm not sure if consignment sales are like a universal thing. I know that I've, sold or gone to them in every state that I've lived in, and I've lived in Iowa, Colorado, Kansas, and Nebraska. So I feel like they're pretty common, or a lot of people know about them in the US. Not sure overseas though, so let me know if you guys have this sort of thing. But 2 times a year there is a sale that goes on. People will bring in gently used clothes, toys, anything kids related to, this sale. And the people who run it will sell your items, and you get like 70% of the profits. But if you volunteer to help out at that sale, you get 75%. One of these days I'll be able to volunteer, but their times are always I have to go get Declan in the middle of it, so I can't, something like that. So I try to do it every time they have it, which is in the spring time frame and then the fall. So last fall I didn't get to, so that's why I have such a huge accumulation of things. So my goal is to be able to tag as much as possible before the sale to take to it to hopefully make some extra money. Now, I went through all of the the playroom before Christmas, so I don't think I need to go through it again right now, although it is a hot mess right now, which it might just need organized. I just kind of close my eyes when I walk past that space because I'm just so overwhelmed by it right now. One thing at a time. I can't tackle multiple things at a time. I'll get overwhelmed. So a lot of that is toys for that, which is down here. I do need to go through Declan's clothes again. Luckily for me, I had boys. So when Roman outgrew his clothes, they went to Dec, and we're completely done having children. So now when Dec outgrows clothes, I can sell his clothes. So I still need to do that, which maybe that'll be what I work on, not next week, but the week after. I'm going to try to get through as much as possible before the consignment sale so it could all be put on there and out of my house. So while you watch me struggle with this cot, it took me a minute to figure out how to collapse it down so we could put it in the storage bag. So enjoy watching me struggle. But as we, watch that, some of you might be wondering, why do I not just donate all of the kids' stuff? Which is a valid question because I am on a decluttering journey. However, we are also on a debt payoff journey. So I'm trying to sell anything that we're not using anymore if I can sell it. So that way it helps us pay down debt faster. The whole point of selling on this consignment sale is anything we make, we put on the debt. Now we have about $50,000 in debt. 22,000 is my student loans, which I have a bachelor's degree in accounting, but I'm a stay-at-home mom now, so that worked out well. But I got to pay off my debt. So we've got my student loans. We're so close to having my car paid off. I only owe about $3,000, but the rest is credit card debt. So we got to tackle it. We got to get it done. So I'm just trying to find any way possible to pay down that debt. So that's why, I'm making this harder for myself by trying to, tag and resell and not just donating everything. I have debated whether or not to post about my debt payoff journey on this channel. It is called Kay's Hot Mess Express, and clearly I am a hot mess in multiple aspects of my life. So if you would be interested in, that sort of thing, doing, decluttering journey videos and debt, working on my debt, let me know down in the comments. I'm still going back and forth on it, so I'd love to hear some feedback from you guys. So you're going to see me go back and forth quite a bit. I'm taking, you know, everything for that sale over to the bed. Now, this box had a bunch of trash in it, minus a random glove for Roman that we have been trying to find for like 2 months. I was like, who put it in this box? So I put that in the area where we have all of his gloves. So now we know where it's at. Now I'm going to be, you know, kind of shuffling things around. I'm not doing a whole lot of actual decluttering currently just because, you know, I'm just trying to get things organized so I can tag for sale, you know, selling. Our garage isn't done yet, so there's only so much I can put in there right now. My boys have so many remote control cars and they never play with them. So they're going out of here. I just got to find the remotes. Oh crap. I just realized I don't have the remotes for them. Well, hopefully I can find them before I start tagging. Might have to go through the playroom again. So unfortunately, when my husband was stacking stuff, he stacked all the consignment stuff underneath the Christmas stuff. So I'm having to move all the Christmas stuff off to get to the consignment bins. So luckily, it was fairly organized for the most part. I mean, there was some randomness, but, you know, the totes for the consignment sale stuff were together. And then I just have to do some rearranging so we could get the Christmas stuff farther up on the wall so we have a little bit more space. So if you remember from, I want to say it's my part 4 of the kitchen declutter video, I had taken quite a few things downstairs. It was like an Aldi's bag and then something else and then something that needed to go in my car. Well, it ended up in a tote. So, yeah, it was the reusable bags that needed to go in my car, and then that needed to go with my party supply stuff. I have a terrible habit of moving it into one room, and I'm like, oh, I'll deal with it later, and then it sits there, and then until I clean that space. So that's definitely something I need to work on. So we're not just like moving stuff just to move stuff, if that makes sense. So you might not be able to see it very well because I do have the video like sped up, but I'm kind of limping a little bit. So I did all of this on Tuesday. Well, Monday, I took Roman with me to the store, and we're working on like him pushing carts at the store, paying at the store, things of that nature, just some life skills that he needs to learn. Well, I was walking in front of him. That was my mistake. And I stopped, and then he was in his own little world and didn't see that I had stopped, and he like ran into the back of me and he hit the cart right into my Achilles. And when he hit, I was lifting my foot at the same time. So my Achilles was hurting so bad. So I'm kind of limping around trying to get this done. So yeah, you could kind of see it when I walk back and forth, but it's hard with it being sped up. So that was fun too. It's one thing after another, I swear. So I am going to be checking through some of these totes because I wasn't sure what is in some of these. I'm glad I did because there were some size 7 clothes, which we need to hold on to because Deck is a 5'6" right now. So he's going to be in 7s next. I don't have to buy more clothes for him since we already have some. So we'll save those. And then I did find some that we need to put on the consignment sale. I always wash clothes for the sale just out of, courtesy. I don't want to, sell smelly or dirty clothes. So those will be taken into the laundry room as well. So we're getting down to the end of what I'm going to be working on for this week. It's just randomness for the consignment sale stuff. There's like a blue, green, yellow, red thing sitting on the tote. Those will go upstairs for the Lego table. Roman had a Lego table in his room for like the little normal ones because he's obsessed with Legos. But we're going to switch out the pieces for that for the Duplo so Declan can use it since it's just not enough space. It's for a little kid. So we'll use that upstairs. I'm just finding some more randomness to put over for the consignment sale. You could see me limping there. You could actually see it there. But yeah, I'm just like trying to limp along, get through this and get it all cleaned up. And then I'm going to sell my bonus daughter's old suitcase. It's just too small for her. She's 14 going on 15. This just doesn't fit all of her stuff. I just have to get all these stickers. She loves Wednesday Addams, so she put it all over her suitcase. So this is me trying to fight with the stickers to get them off to see if I can get them off. So that way I can, resell this and get some money from it. Okay, so this is where I'm gonna have to end with this video. It doesn't really feel like I made any progress. I feel like I just moved stuff around, but I wanted to get it at least divided up into piles so I could start getting ready for the consignment sale. So this is what my corner looks like right now. Like I said before, so these totes, these 4 totes, and then this brown box are all Christmas items that need to go into the garage, but there's no room in the garage right now. So they're hanging out in here for now. And then we are going to get rid of that treadmill. Our city does like a, what is it called? It's a cleanup thing where you could take like old appliances, treadmills, things of that nature, and they'll properly dispose of it for you. So we're going to do that, and then possibly this bench thing. I don't know if my husband's going to want to keep it or not. We are going to take all the tools eventually into the garage, but like I said, the garage has no space. It's like a domino effect. You know, with everything just piling up, we don't have places to put the stuff that need to be in there. Like tools should be in the garage. But anywho, a lot of this stuff over here is keepsake stuff. That's probably going to end up sitting up over here. We've got a bunch of like old game consoles that still work, but we don't have any place to put it right now. Some art from my grandmother. I had mentioned one of my grandmothers has severe Alzheimer's. She used to be an artist. So I kept some of her paintings when they decided to start selling off stuff from the estate. So I have some of her paintings that I'm going to keep. I do want to put them up eventually, just probably not in this house. And then this gate is going to go to the consignment sale. Now, all this craziness right here, that's all consignment sale. I'll probably show some of the tagging. I don't know if you guys want to watch me tag a bunch of consignment stuff. Let me know in the comments. I'm just not sure if that's something you guys would care about. I'm going to tag all those. This is like a donation. If the place that I do a consignment at, they're very, very particular. So if there's a lot of scuffs or things of that nature, they won't take it. So I'm just going to donate that. It's not a big box, but you know, it's something. And then some of these items like these books, Deck Loves Blaze and the Monster Machine and Paw Patrol. And then I think the boys haven't seen this game, and I think Roman especially would like that. So I'm going to show it to him when he gets home from school and see if he wants that. So that's what we're looking at right now. Everything is kind of chaotic again, but it'll get better over the next few weeks. So yeah, if this video was inspirational at all to you, please be sure to smash that like button. Leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you guys are working on if you're decluttering or cleaning or just like to watch the videos. So just leave a comment down below about whatever you want to tell me. And please be sure to subscribe. I appreciate all of you guys for subscribing to my channel. And we will see you next week for even more progress on my basement.